Alrighty, so I am here evening in the Midwest, and I am on my deck kind of surveying over my plants and getting ready to clean up because I got a complete mess here. There's my trash bag to clean up stuff, so you know I mean business, but everything's just looking a little bit crazy. And we are going to excuse me, we're going to go around and just kind of clean up some different plants, maybe cut some different limbs, and also show you guys some of the new leaves. Ooh, look at that pretty little anthurium leaf there. Oh, that's so pretty. I love showing you guys new leaves because they're just so happy looking to me. Like there's one right there. We've got one of the banana plant coming up. You might hear a saw in the back. Got one right here, another anthurium, and I've got El Choco. Those are some newer leaves. They're not quite the newest, but got the maculata, which is always pretty. I think this is really cool the way that the banana leaf looks. I don't know if you guys have seen the variegated banana tree, but it's really cool. And this is just the normal one, but it's still very pretty. It's got that red kind of tones in there. A lot of these plants I did get off of Equigenera. And if you've ever imported plants, it can be a very scary thing. I don't put a lot of these out here are rare plants, but these are the ones that are really, 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 I won't say special because they're all special to me, but the ones that are a little bit more delicate are actually inside. And these are the ones that are just, they can take the heat a little bit more. The Veitchii I'm thinking about bringing in. Veitchii is doing great, but you can see with the wind, there's a lot of tatteredness and tears. So that's definitely something that I take into consideration with which ones can stand it out here. This Chrysandra, or firecracker, it's another name for it, is still blooming. For a while it didn't bloom at all, and now it's doing pretty great. For many years it didn't, and then the biggest thing that I did is just basically light and fertilizer, and so it's really doing really well. Very happy about it. I didn't expect that to happen. So all right, so Eki came back and he's got me some fungal oil, which is great. I usually would have gloves on doing this, but I do not, so I'm being brave. And yeah, I'll show you guys kind of. So this is kind of more just like cleaning up, and I'm just gonna take an old T-shirt, and then
I don't know if you want.
I'm gonna take an old T-shirt, and then I'm gonna just kind of go through. A lot of times, what I like to do is I like to actually take the plant out and bathe it down with water, but I don't even know where to start. So maybe we'll start with some of these. I do need to repot. Everyone thinks this is a Chinese money, which I feel like repotting this actually. I don't have perlite.
But it is a peperomioid.
Peperomia, yeah. Peperomia polyboitra raindrop. So peperomia raindrop. That's really pretty.
That is pretty.
Super pretty. So I need to probably replant that one because it is in a small pot. I just want to do this one right here. This one.
Are you treating it right now?
Well, I'm going to clean it. I'm going to maybe sit down. Everything's so messy out here right now that.
I brought a broom.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, this is Dr. Bronner's mixed with some water. It's like a peppermint solution. And what I'm going to do, this helps with pests. I don't care if it gets on my gown or anything like that. But I'm just going to spray the leaves. When you have any kind of plants outside, you really need to have some kind of sun protection, especially if you live in a place. Oh, well, I don't know what I did with the.
And this is our sun protection.
Yeah, this is our sun protection. Sometimes you'll get and also it will try to almost like repair itself. Sunny, come on over here. Come on. It will try to repair itself, but you'll end up getting tattered leaves a lot of times when the wind. But I make sure to do the back of the leaves too, and cleaning them. I think that's an important part. And also the stems as well. I think that's a very important part as well. Let me go ahead and I don't know what I did with the other one. So I'm gonna cut another one. I don't know. It's probably my lap, I betcha.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's always how it works. Well, all right, so a sock would be great. I don't know if you guys have seen people use socks, but this could work. Hey, come do it. This is like a fungoil too, so if you see like weird spots on, I don't see any on here, but we have the concentrate, and if you just kind of, you can see here from like just like wind and things like that. But I
Oh
like,
my gosh, that looks terrible.
yeah.
No, I mean, it looks like a mask.
No, it
Like
does.
a hood.
That's not good.
If it was white.
Oh, okay. I have to cut that out. Okay, that's not good.
That's terrible.
Okay.
Well, anyways. Or a monster.
It looks like a monster to me.
Upside down monster.
Yeah. And then, okay, so like I said, usually I would have gloves on here, but I'm trying to do the back side, and it's always important to do the stems as well. And then what I'm trying to do is, if there's any leaves that look bad or terrible, I'll probably, when you see the oldest leaf like that, that's pretty typical. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. But if you see the oldest leaf like that, don't freak out. If you start seeing the newer leaves that are getting, we're gonna be
Oh,
kind of,
wow. Wow.
we're gonna be little
Wow, haircut.
haircut, yeah. So
wow.
that one I may even cut off, but not for now. So for now, I'm
And if you
go-
hear the background noise, our neighbors,
we got a lot going on. So
we got cutting down trees, cutting down
yeah,
yards.
this is called an Anthurium oxycarpum. So pretty thick leaves. I kind of like these sturdy looking leaves. Looks like it had some kind of pest maybe here. So what I'm going to do is these systemic granules, which really should be, don't do what I'm doing, but you really should be using gloves with this. But I'm just going to sprinkle.
Do not use with vegetables or fruits.
Not a whole cap at all, nowhere near that. But I'm going to sprinkle the top. And then, oops, I accidentally got, so now, sometimes what I'll do after I either repot or clean the plant or whatever I do, I'll put like a not a pixie, is it a pixie stick or pickup stick?
It's a pickup.
Yeah,
Oh, some sort of.
I'll
Yeah.
take a colored pickup stick, like the same colors, and I'll
Yeah.
put it in there. Although that system, when you have as many plants that I do, sometimes that's a little hard to keep up with. Wait, when was
Oh yeah,
this
she
that I
had
put
different.
this?
She had different colors for everything.
Well, I mean, I gave up on that, and I was just like, well, if you see a pixie stick in it, that means I did something last month. But then you have to remember to take them all out. So that's why the color thing is the best way to go. So
Yeah.
if you could have one for each month. So I'm going to go ahead and, actually, you know what? That's a great idea. I'm going to do that. I just gave myself an idea. I'm going to do it per the month. I don't think I have 12 different colors, but I can figure something out. So there's that one done.
Oh yeah,
And
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, so then I know.
January should be blue.
Yeah.
Just saying.
January should be what?
Blue,
Blue. Why is that? Because it's...
because it's cold.
Oh, let's see.
I don't know.
This is crazy with this night. This is a white night. This thing...
Not so white.
Yeah, it lost all its... But look how pretty that is.
It's beautiful.
And this was actually just a propagation that I did. I don't even almost want to mess with the leaves too much. But this is huge.
That
it's
is.
like...
That's crazy.
And it's pretty even without the variegation, but I might even have a little bit of irrigation.
Yeah, you can see it on the stem.
Well, the stem's gonna have it, but on the leaf, not so much. I'll leave it alone, but it's looking happy. It's got some little bit of weird things back there, so I may cut that.
It's just a little sad the variegation's gone.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Haircut?
well, there's a little weird leaf back here that I'm gonna cut. Probably didn't need to cut it, but it probably got burned from somewhere. I think this was the leaf. No, it wasn't. Never mind. I can't remember if this is the one that had the. Oh, it did. So this used to have the prettiest leaf, and it was just a pretty leaf. That was the original leaf.
Aw.
But it's now looking pretty beautiful. But it doesn't have a lot of variegation at all. In fact, just little bits. But that's okay. That's okay. This was a really pretty leaf.
It's a
really
white
pretty
night,
leaf.
we promise.
Yeah, and so I do have a video, I think, on the differences between a white knight, white princess, and all of that.
White knight, white princess, white
Wizard.
wizard.
You know,
That's right.
Yeah, so, and I know some people say, don't do that. But this is something I don't do very often, but sometimes I just do it because I feel like it. You know, and then coming out here and getting rid of old leaves, things like that. Or leaves that have pests on it, like this one. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one because I don't know what's going on there. And I hope it doesn't oh, it's got some scale. So this is one of the reasons why we do this. Scale is just
Scale is
terrible.
death.
I can't stand scale. It's the hardest thing to get rid of. At least for me, it's the hardest thing to get rid of. When you feel like you've gotten rid of it, then it comes back with Like
This is the hybrid, right?
Uh-oh, there's a little spider on there. Is that a spider? What is that? Aw.
Yeah, it's a spider.
I kind of feel bad.
Maybe it's eating the spider mites. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I feel bad. Dang it. And that's an. I don't want to. I don't want to do anything now.
Inflorescence.
It only had one that had that, but now I don't even want to put. Oh, hi, little guy. Don't look at me. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm gonna put you down here.
It looks like a jumping spider.
Don't talk to me. What I'm trying to do. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right there and leave it alone. It's kind of a cute little spider. And let's see what else we got here.
Jopi.
The Jopi, there was a big praise about Jopi, which is kind of funny because it's just, I don't know, there's nothing really special about it to me, but I do like all plants, so they're all special, but nothing.
Leaf is different.
I think the Chanterry is really pretty, the Alocasia Chanterry. A little bit more than I would have probably thought I was going to pay for something like that, but at the same time...
Can I show the Veitchii?
Yeah, I did, but you can.
I'm showing it again.
Show it again.
Oh my gosh, look at that thing. Veitchii it is like, I am the king. Oh my gosh. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, look at it compared to, I don't know. This
now, the other thing that I like to do when I'm cleaning plants is the reason why you need to make sure, I probably should use different rags
for different
but,
plants.
It is what it is. So, but the important part about basically like cleaning this off is that whenever there's water on the leaves, it will burn excessively in that area if there's like sun shining through it, things like that.
You mean because the droplets on the leaves?
Yeah, the water on the leaves. So you just want to make sure to really kind of, if it's a thicker leaf, you won't have that problem as much, but you still can have that. This has been a pretty good. This is Anthurium Delaney. This is another import from Ecuagenera. This one I've actually been growing in sphagnum. I think it was one that I was almost lost, but then it started doing great. Look at the back. I just want to look at the back. Sometimes this can be a number of different things. That can be tap water or over fertilizing. I think in this case it would probably use
chlorine.
Tap water, yeah. Because it's not. I don't fertilize that one usually. So I might cut this one off. So it's got several leaves. I'm gonna cut this one off here. I'm just kind of looking. There's a new leaf right there. Oh, and it's got looks like it has a little scale there, so that's concerning to me. But let's see. Sometimes certain plants, they won't really get a ton of scale on them, and they won't be affected. Can you hold that? How do you hold that? But it's hard when you have a lot of plants to get them under control all the time. If there's pests, it's going to happen. I like using the Dr. Bronner more than anything else now. Some plants, even the not Dr. Bronner, but this is the Dr. Bronner peppermint. You just mix a little in there. I like using this basically on everything because I feel like it's really gentle and it's really not...
and it smells good.
Yeah, and it smells great. And it's just like kind of like using... people think it's like a natural cleaner, and so a lot of people use it for that. Kind of like the same thought process of using Dawn dish soap. But I think it's good to rotate your plants. You know what? I'm going to take that leaf off. I'm going to actually cut this leaf. I think it's good to rotate your plants because then sometimes... So this one, it does have some scale on it, and it's got some extra tattered. Usually I wouldn't do that, but because it's got a bunch of scale on it, and I'm not really seeing it a ton on the other leaves, I'm just going to go ahead and... I think Jack's just jumped there. I think he did. But I'll probably... the best thing I've found, really honestly, is to you get rid of the soil that you're using. Get rid of the soil that you're using, cut off the leaves, if you can, all the way down. But yeah, there's lots of things that you have to do to get rid of scale, so that's why I can't stand scale. Nobody likes any pest, really. Who says they like spider mites, right? But spider mites I find a little bit more manageable. If you treat them to raise that leaf, obviously they would get it ruined, but at the same time, scale is just one of those things. It's just, some plants are totally unfazed by it, and other ones are just devastated by it. And I just all around, I don't like the look of it. It makes me feel grossed out. I don't know. You guys have to put down if you have a specific pest that grosses you out. They all gross me out, really. But I've noticed ones that gross out other people don't gross me out, and vice versa. So it's kind of interesting what makes us feel like, ugh, cuties. So here's the Maculata. This was actually just getting rid of some of the ones that are kind of burnt. This was one that actually was propagated, and it's doing great. One of the ways that you can tell, and I've mentioned this in lots of different videos, that you can tell between an angelini begonia and a maculata, where they are different. A lot of people don't know that. Is that the maculata has kind of a green back typically, and then the angelini has more of a reddish brown back. A lot of times it can get very, very red appearing. In fact, if you look at that one over there, you can see how red that looks. And then, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's
the angel wing?
The sun. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, because the sun is shining through the back of it.
I think so, but that's just this. If you put this in the sun, it probably won't do that well. And then that's probably a protective mechanism, I imagine.
Jeez.
But the other thing is these grow a lot bigger than the angel wing begonia, even though they both can grow really large. This one has a tendency to grow a lot taller. And then the individual spots, it sometimes can be a little bit difficult to tell between the spots. The more light that you give it a lot of times, if you give it bright and direct light, you get more spots. But these spots are really like pretty pronounced. They're really just, sometimes they'll merge together like that, and they'll be almost like sometimes silvery looking. So that's another way. And the other way is that a lot of these leaves are irregular shaped. Whereas even though they look a lot alike, they'll be varying shapes. They're not quite as uniform as the angel wing begonia. The angel wing really look like angel wings. Even though they might be a little bit different sizes, this one, you'll just see kind of differences in even the way that the leaf is shaped. It's not saying you can't have that on angel wing begonia, but it is saying that, it is something that is a difference, a way that you can be able to tell a difference. So I think that's all for now. It's hot out here, and I'm gonna go back inside.
It's
be back
hot.
maybe tomorrow. But for now, you guys have a good night wherever you are in the world, and take care.
Yeah.